So it's wonderful to be here at the Toronto Region Board of Trade. Thank you so much, Jan, for this wonderful welcome. An organization that has our Parity Certification, so we chose this venue. But I must ask, why are we here? Or rather, why are we still here? Well, because women are still not appropriately represented at the highest levels of management. Because women are still earning 10 to 30% less than their male equivalents. And if you don't want to pay women the same as men, why not pay men the same as women and see what they have to say? And women of color, well, not only are they even less represented, they're not earning anywhere near their peers. Is progress being made? Of course. But I would argue not enough and not fast enough. So what can we do to bridge the gender gap and create a more inclusive workplace? That is a question that is likely top of mind for everyone in the room tonight. As research has shown, persistent gender gap and lack of diversity have significant impacts on financial performance. Companies with more diverse executive teams are 25% more likely to have above-average profitability than those with less diverse teams. And companies with more women on their boards of directors have a 53% higher return on equity than those with fewer women. Despite these findings, the gender gap and lack of diversity persist in many industries. For example, in the finance industry, women hold only 19% of senior management positions and account for just 2% of CEOs in the top 50 banks worldwide. Similarly, in the technology sector, women hold only 28% of computer science jobs and only 11% of executive positions. And I'm very proud to say that my own daughter is not only a brilliant lawyer, but she also graduated from Polytechnique last year in cybersecurity. So it is true, when you tell little girls they can be anything they choose to be, and you encourage the young women in your homes to follow their dreams, nothing can stop them. I think Sarah Talk already convinced you of that, didn't she? But diversity is not just about gender. It encompasses a range of different identities, including race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and religion. And we must recognize the added obstacles facing members of underrepresented groups. Diversity is not just a buzzword. It is essential for businesses and organizations to succeed in today's global economy. However, despite the clear benefits of diversity, many organizations still struggle to create inclusive environments. Too often, diversity initiatives are seen as a box-ticking exercise rather than a genuine commitment to change. When employees feel undervalued or excluded, they are less likely to contribute their best ideas and solutions. This means that companies are missing out on the vast potential that diversity brings. The statistics I shared with you are alarming, and they highlight the urgent need to address these issues in every organization, because equity is not just a moral imperative, it is a business imperative. And this is exactly why we created the Parity Certification in 2017. At the time, 17 major organizations enrolled. Today, we have reached the record-breaking number of 83 organizations, representing, yes, 83. Representing more than 700,000 employees in Canada and the US. Women in governance team, please stand up or raise your hand or come forward, and please applaud this amazing team that does it every day. And we are also very grateful to spend the evening with you tonight, recognizing these exceptional organizations, and we hope that they will inspire many more to join the movement. Recognizing that change starts at the top, leaders like you must not only continue, to commit to diversity, equity, and inclusion, but you can and you must also be part of the solution. And we must keep the conversation going because it's simply not embedded yet. And I have a thought for French journalist and politician Françoise Giroud, who more than 40 years ago said, "Women will truly be equal to men the day an incompetent woman is appointed to an important position." You know, I hesitated to put in too much humor in my speech tonight because according to the Harvard Business Review, when men add humor to their speech or presentation, they are giving higher ratings of perceived status, job performance, and leadership capability compared to when they do not include any humor. It is the exact opposite for women. HBR shared an experiment where participants, both men and women, by the way, noted that the humorous woman giving a speech showed poor judgment in jokes, was trying too hard, was not funny, or worse, tried to cover up her lack of real business acumen by making jokes. In contrast, participants who saw the humorous male presenter commented that he is witty, he likes to use humor to keep the audience engaged, and he struck the perfect balance between seriousness and humor. So you see, unconscious bias is still alive and kicking. That doesn't mean that women should not use humor, quite the contrary, actually. But I'm hoping that by shedding light on how the generally positive aspects of humor are interpreted differently based on gender, you can become more vigilant and refrain from succumbing to bias, and maybe laugh a little bit more at women's jokes. Have a great evening, folks.